messages and disorderly behavior, including foul, sexist, racist, obscene, or abusive language or gestures. USL-W and its clubs thank you for adhering to the provisions of this code of conduct and for making this event special and memorable to you and your fellow patrons. Stay up to date with what is happening throughout the league and USL-W top prospects at the newly updated USL.com. Down
Good evening to you from Field 8, Turf Field 8. Not at McPherson Stadium, but with 5 days of rain, we've had to move to a different location. So we are back at Field 8 on the turf. And oddly, there is a weird object in the sky that is the sun, which we haven't seen in 5, 6 days. And I'm happy to see the sun, finally. Beside me is Jared Petrosky. Jared, good to see you. Good to be here with you. What are you expecting in this match?
I'm expecting a fair fight between the two teams. I think Courage will have the upper hand for most of the game, but Fusion should be able to stay in it and make a game out of it. So we'll see who comes out on top.
Absolutely. It's always fun for USL-W action as the NC Fusion taking on the South Atlantic champs, the NC Courage. A lot of players missing because of ECNL, but they've also brought in some new players. As we'll go over the starting lineups for the home side for the NC Fusion, it will be Kiera Wynn and Molly Woodrich in Carlin up top. And then in the midfield, be Hocek, Balcom, Duffy in the midfield, Van Noos, Fuska, Lowe, and Osborne will be in the back, and Womack will be in the net for NC Fusion. Now, the visitors, which we will get to in just a minute after we step aside for the national anthem.
American flag will have the playing of the national anthem.
Well done as Kiara Wynn getting the start up top. But now getting to the visitors, it will be number 17 up top. It will be Bader. She will be starting Macy Bader alongside. Up front will be O'Reilly Wary. And then on the right wing will be Olario. And then in the midfield will be Maddie Graham, who is a Duke Blue Devil, and then it'll be number 21, Amelia Brown, who plays at Minnesota. And then also in the midfield will be number 19, Macy Teeter, who is at Chapel Hill. Now, in the back will be Migley, Groff, Ansbro, and Moxley, which is pretty stout back line. You got a lot of ACC players there with Migley, Groff, Ansbro, it plays at Wake Forest, Moxley at UNC, and then in the nets will be Freeman for NC Courage, as they also have some players that are unavailable due to the ECNL playoffs that are coming up right here in this park. In fact, they're already set up and ready to go. So it'll be an interesting match. Now, the Courage have already taken the crown for the South Atlantic. But the NC Fusion this year, a big jump up from what they had to go through last year, right? With trying to find wins, trying to put together a team, also very young. But once again, Pardini has been able to put a very competitive team on the field, and they have a lot of promise towards the future, don't they?
Yeah, like you said, it's a lot better than last year. I think they only had scored one goal last year, so they've seen much improvement. They struggled a little bit with consistency here and there. They had a great home opener. Just last week, they beat Independence 3-4-1, was that?
Yeah.
But they've struggled away. They and some consistency issues at home. I hope to see some energy in this game because I feel like that's what they've struggled with throughout the season.
Yeah, that would be key, especially going up against a squad like NC Courage. If you're looking up and down this roster, it is very, very impressive. But on the other side, NC Fusion also has some very impressive players too, stirring the pot and having different players here in the starting lineup for Coach Pardini, as well as his sister who's come and join. It'll be interesting to see head coach's sister on the field as his player going up against the Courage, and we are underway. NC Courage in all navy blue, top and bottoms, in the NC Fusion in the white tops in the red shorts, and we are underway from field 8 on the fast pitch turf. But finally, underneath a beautiful sun, which we haven't seen in a good long time. So we're excited. Hopefully, the home side will be excited too. A good cross delivery that is cut out and immediately scooped up by the goalkeeper, Freeman. Quick distribution on that left side. Hands roll. Well received from Groff. And we'll use the width of this pitch. Triangle passing there with Olario. Good move by Amelia Brown. Here's Moxley. And now moving into the center of the pitch is O'Reilly Wary. Now trying on the left side. Once again, the Fusion getting back on defense, trying to get their numbers back as the Courage working to the final third. It's a cross intended for someone with a one-timer. Good defense by the home side. And the deflection will be off the Courage. It'll be a throw-in for the Fusion. Just about 2 minutes into this one. Very young. It's had one cross for the Fusion and one cross for the Courage. As the Courage now work from the midfield. Now getting up to their attacking third. Moxley with a layoff. Waiting for that cross to come in. Here it comes with that left boot. Maybe a little too much on it. Sure, it was trying to be intended for Groff. Pardon me, that might have been Ansbro inside that 18. Backline. Go ahead, Jared. Sorry.
I expect the Courage to have a lot of possession in this game, considering their star-studded midfield as well as defense. So the Fusion are going to have to be pretty clinical on the counterattack. Molly Witterich should be key in this game for the Fusion.
The cross sent in and deflected, still inside the area. It took about 3 touches to finally get that out of the area, but still in the attacking third for the Courage. As Groff resets, plays a square ball to Ansbro. And Ansbro with her head up, looking for an option. Continuing to slide it over to the right channel. Moxley back to Ansbro. Ansbro goes down. The flag stays down as well as the whistle is quiet. He played 3.5.
NC Fusion would like to give a special shout out to Coach Nick Holt on the opposite sideline tonight. Former Fusion staff member Nick Holt coaching with the NC Courage tonight. He's a good man. We hope he loses tonight, but he's a good man.
Ansbro made the switch over to Groff. Big Groff continues on that left side as the Courage really sculpting a nice attack. This has been about the 4th trip down here. And we have only played just 4 minutes.
Bad giveaway in the back.
Not exactly where you want to give it away. And trotting in is O'Reilly Wary. And it's deflected off by a Fusion defense. It will be a corner for the Courage. Jared, check out goalkeeper almost at the center circle, way off the line. Here is the cross, but it's the side net on the opposite side as the attack is negated. It's a good idea for that one touch off out of the air, trying to hit that inside of the boot and looking for Tessa Carlin. Quick reset by the Courage as they will work again. And here's the switch over to Olario. Olaria into the 18, left-footed shot, and it's snatched out of the air quickly by Hamner. Or pardon me, it's not Hamner starting. Womack. Thank you so much, partner. Womack who gets the start. She was sensational last home match.
She deserved her clean sheet last match. She didn't quite get it with a mistake late at the end, but she played phenomenally.
So again, the Fusion trying to work from the midfield and then up, but the Courage midfield has been dominant so far. Here's Groff. No press, so Groff will take advantage of that. Play back and forth with Ansbro. Moxley. Tough play by O'Reilly Wary. Didn't quite get all of it. And possession back to the Fusion, and that was most likely intended for Woodrich. As Freeman taking her time. No press. Here's Ansbro. The 2 center backs with Ansbro and Groff working well together from each side of the 18. Good solid first touch, able to settle. As the Fusion once again trying to work out their passing lanes. A fortuitous bounce on a deflection. Oh, could lead into a possible through ball for Woodrich, but it just had a little too much juice on it, and Freeman came up off her line to scoop it up.
Yeah, Freeman's been holding a high line as a goalkeeper, but with the Fusion going to be playing so much on the counterattack this game, it's not a bad idea for her.
Moxley on the ball. As Brown wanted to continue to move it up, but played it back to Ansbro. Here is O'Reilly. Wary. As once again, Jared, the Courage continue to knock on the door in their final third. Fusion back against the wall, but they have been able to keep them from getting close to a goal. Also with the services of the netminder. There's another shot that is a little too much weight on it. That was high and wide to the right.
The Courage are going to keep having their chances, but the Fusion just need to stay organized at the back like they've done so far early.
And Womack has done a very good job of trying to keep that shape. And she lifts one not exactly to the midway line. And once again, the Courage building. Diagonal ball. Will it stay in? And a one-touch. That's all she really could do by Olario. Cut out now the Fusion. What can the Fusion do here? We're tied 0-0. And this is right through the middle. Widrich goes down. And the whistle is blown. So it'll be a free kick at a very dangerous spot. Just 6 feet from maybe 2 feet, 3 feet from the 18, depending on where they spot it.
That's Molly Witterich.
So a free kick just outside of the 18. Jared, what do you expect here?
You know, I don't know if Fusion are going to have a lot of chances this game, so I would expect a shot right here. Just put it on net. Give your team the best chance to score.
I mean, crash, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's see what the home side comes up with. They start this one off with a goal. Right foot bender. Oh, my! Couldn't have placed that any better, and I thought that it was touched by Freeman, but apparently not. And what a rotation on that, and Freeman looks shaken up. What a shot right outside of the 18 that looked for certain that could tuck away in that side net, but just sprayed out a little too far. And it results in a goal kick. With that shot, I think, Jared, that the Fusion are going to gain a little confidence.
Yeah, it's important not to concede early in this game. It can be demoralizing for a team and then leads to a downhill spiral. They've done great so far, working on the counterattack.
We move into the 11th minute. Late in the 11th minute is Moxley. 3 defenders is able to center that one. That center option, take it away, and then right back to the Courage. On the right side, Moxley dancing. Into the center again. Brown lifts this one, looking for the corner.
Well read.
And it was exactly, Jared, well read. Couldn't quite get that height on the flight of that ball to get to that corner. But the Fusion did a very good job of reading that like a cornerback. Quick throw in, short throw in by Moxley. Olario now into the center. And once again, the Courage going from right now to the left. Here's Groff. Groff may want that 1-2, but O'Reilly wary. Couldn't quite turn. Ironically, both teams with just one shot apiece, even with the dominance for the Courage. As we tick to the 13th minute. Right outside of the 18, the Fusion gets possession, stomps out that attack. What can the home side do? As they have been working really hard to get it into their final third. Freeman way off her line. Working again on the left side. This is Migley. Good shield off by Lowe. As she ushers that out of bounds, and a goal kick for the Fusion. Nice move by Olario. Will she be able to get that cross in? Nice block. Well done by that back line on reading that and being able to stop that from sliding into the 18. So not only was it a deflection on, it didn't even result in a corner. It's a throw-in. As a Courage still connecting passes. They have done that so well here in 14 minutes of this match. Inside the 18, laid back. Here's Olario. Bouncing up, could be danger, and a deflection that will probably result in a goal for Teeter. And the Courage will start off with the first goal of this contest. Teeter just in the right place. That ball just bounced out. All she could do is just get a leg or any kind of body part on it, went in. So the Courage, after I think 14 minutes of trying to work down to their final third, their second shot results in the first goal. The goal most likely will be credited to Teeter. Teeter was sitting right there at that 6 and took the advantage and put it through past Womack.
To Macy Teeter. Macy Teeter credited with the goal.
Macy Teeter from St. Louis, Missouri. Goes to Carolina. This past freshman year, she played in 5 matches for a total of 86 minutes, but recorded 2 shots. Did make her Carolina debut against UNCW.
Oh, they're through here again. Good save by Womack.
Good save by Womack coming off her line. Still not out of danger. And once again, the Courage just waves of attacks coming into that final third. And the Fusion very fortunate just to be down 1-0. There has been some bright spots for the Fusion, especially on that counter, looking for that through ball. You think, Jared, maybe they could get fortunate and get one played right and have Woodridge run on.
Yeah, Woodridge's work rate has been great all game. She's been pressing high. She just needs her team to join her, and maybe they can win the ball up high and score off that.
Moxley thought about it, pulled it back. Another shot by Teeter, and Teeter has a brace. Oh, man, that dipped right at the wrong time and got behind Womack. And it's 2-0, Courage on top. What a shot by Teeter. Sometimes it's just if you get it to dip, it can cause a lot of chaos, and that's what exactly happened.
Yeah, it's still one that Womack should have had. Even she saw it all the way, just couldn't get a hand to it. I think she was caught in between 2 minds there. Didn't know whether to fully dive out or shuffle over and catch it.
So 2 goals for Teeter in just 2 minutes.
Again scored by Macy Teeter.
A St. Louis native has put her squad up by 2. See if the Fusion can answer back. 1v2. And a shot that just goes over the bar. What an effort. An absolute bulldog of an effort there by Woodridge. Freeman
ref
looked
looks
like
to
she
be
knocked it away, and they're saying that it's a goal kick. I'm not sure if can we get the VAR.
ref seems to be discussing it with his linesman, but decision remains the same.
Very tough to call games with our funny PA guy here. It does make things entertaining.
Tremendous effort again by Molly Witterich.
Woodrich has been outstanding and has been coached well in this season.
Yes.
18 minutes in. We're in the 19th minutes, 2-0 Courage as we broadcast from the party deck here at Field 8. We are just excited that the sun is out as a good challenge on the flag that both players go down. Still amazed that the shot by Woodrich didn't result in a corner kick. I could have sworn that Freeman, and if Freeman did, she did a very good job of playing it off like she didn't. I thought she was able to get a pawl on it. Is Courage working again in the final third. Groff has come up. Groff all the way into the midfield, and Groff with some space. She finds a pocket. He moves it to her left. Will this cross make its way in, and a hopper that is picked up immediately by Womack.
Womack has an impressive drop kick. Let's see if she uses it here.
Nice 1-2 here. Great triangle passing. It's Duffy. Oh, brilliant work. It just couldn't quite link up as the Courage had two defenders coming back to dispossess the Fusion. Here's Olario. And Brown in the center of the pitch, able to scan and continues the movement to the left side of the channel.
I would be so up for this game. I would be like ready to just absolutely destroy her. I couldn't care less how good. There they are. Party day.
Well, this will result in a corner for the visitors. At the 21st minute, 2-0. Courage on top, courtesy of the Tar Heel, Macy Teeter. Let's see what the Courage can do here. They do have the short option. This most likely will be that in-swinger from that right boot. It is. And deflected away. And a half-volley clearance that the side judge said went out of bounds, so we'll see another corner. Courage once again lining up with that short option with O'Reilly Wary. Will not be used. Another cross, big cross, well played inside the 18. Couple touches by the Courage, but Fusion trying to work it out of the danger zone. Once again, the Courage back on the ball. Moxley sprays it to the right. Here's Lario. Lario, she runs out of real estate. It will be a corner kick, so able to get the deflection off of the Fusion's back line. Once again, we see another corner. That was Wynn, who looked like she touched it.
Last two corners the Courage have had has landed inside the Fusion penalty area. They need to be better at clearing their lines.
Moxley trying to set it up. Bader was the short option. This time they used the short option, deflected out, and will reset in the corner again from the far right corner flag. Flighted ball with a lot of height and good idea on that back door. The attempted header that just missed.
Title sponsor, Go Forth Pest Control. Visit
See who that was intended for. I believe that was intended for Ilario on the back door. Brown directing in the center. So Ilario to Teeter. Now the cross is Graham has gone into the fracas. Here's a nice 1-2. Good connection, good link up. There's O'Reilly Wary. Unable to turn, but moves it close to the touchline. A cross sent in. This time it's going to be a goal kick.
We're serving Unleashed Pilsner, the official beer of North Carolina Fusion Soccer, endorsed by Coach Bob Christina. Unleashed Pilsner is available up on the deck.
We are now in the 25th minute, 2-0. The Courage on top. Courage have already claimed the South Atlantic crown. But the Fusion, very competitive this year. And showing just how competitive they have been this year despite being down 2-0. Not a good way to lose it. And this is going to be a shot, and spread out is Womack to stop that one from getting past her. A sitter that was just right in front of that 12-yard mark for O'Reilly Wary.
Goal by a woman who's played in a World Cup, saved by Sarah Womack.
Woodrich collects back to her support. And now the Fusion taking a deep breath and now working just to connect some passes. Here's Carlett. Good stop. Fusion now with a switch. Not going to have enough legs to get to win. Fusion looking promising, and that ball right in the midfield. Duffy was trying to connect to Woodrich. It was cut out. O'Reilly Wary. This is going to have too much weight behind that pass, and that will go out of bounds.
The Fusion are going to have a lot of possession in this game, so when they do have the ball, they need to slow the game down, play methodically, and keep that ball. They are giving it away in bad positions early.
'27th minute. Trying to get over the top and behind the defense is Groff. Ansbro allowed some space. She'll take it, but plays it over to Moxley. Moxley back to Ansbro. Good takeaway. Can the Fusion keep it? Falling down. And possession goes back to the visitors. Moxley into a pocket. Will she give it a run? Moxley, couple more touches. Moves it with her left foot. And possibly looking for that one-timer by Bader. As her foot may have hit that slide tackling defense from the back line. Played just over 27 minutes. Is Woodrich working against two. Flights this one, and that just goes over. Woodrich has really been working. And Unfortunately, she doesn't have a tally to show for her effort, but clearly, if you're watching this match, 15's been everywhere.
She did a great job on that play, reestablishing onside. She made the run early. Wynn couldn't exactly find her, but she did later, and she did a great job getting back onside and being in the play, still being an option.
The press stays away, and the Courage will continue to work the ball from the back and slowly make their way to the midfield. Good probing pass. Brown couldn't corral. Well, Ariel, once again, moving into the final third. As Teeter trying to get an assist to go with her 2 goals. We still sit at 2-0. Fusion now working into their final third. Here's Woodrich going up against Groff. Cross. Carlin. Whistle blown. It'll be a free kick for the Courage and a quick restart by Teeter. Miscommunication back on that back line. And we'll see if the Courage can pounce on it. Fusion also trying to get back. Another good cross here is, and at least an attempt by Olario. Didn't quite have full contact on it. Courage with 6 shots, 2 goals to go with those 6 shots. We move to the 31st minute. Jared, your thoughts so far?
The Courage just seem to be more organized than the Fusion. The Fusion need to really pay attention to detail and work when they do have the ball in order to score.
I guess the object right now is just to keep it 2-0 and slowly try to get some touches connected, knock the ball around, and then hopefully use the work effort of Woodrich to finally pay off. As Brown takes that one away inside the 18 for a brief moment. Moxley. Here's Olario. Olario with a left foot trying to bend it and just couldn't quite have that bite. It goes out of bounds left of the frame.
They're back one.
Yeah. Well, two of the regular starters are not.
Wait, is it like a? Oh, here. Sorry.
No, I mean like it's getting like feedback. So am I hearing that playback?
Oh wait, hold on. There shouldn't be, but I can turn off the volume just in case. See if that is.
No,
fix
I
it.
can hear it. You can hear it. I'll start again. That is fine too.
Oh crap! They scored. Did that fix it?
And pardon the technical difficulties, but as we are experiencing technical difficulties, the Courage once again tack on another goal on the scoreboard. And it looks like once again it's Macy Teeter.
Impressive first half from her.
I mean, a hat trick. And we still have over 10 minutes to go in the first half. She attended Holt High School in Wentzville, Missouri. Did not play high school soccer. Was a member of the U18, U19 West Squad for the 2021 ENCL San Diego National Select Game. She is continuing her career at one of the best programs in women's college soccer, UNC Chapel Hill. And the Courage looking for goal number 4. 7 shots
Macy
for the
Teeter
Courage.
has completed a hat trick in the first half for the NC Courage. Macy Teeter with a goal.
34th minute, and now the Fusion just trying to make sure this doesn't get away from them.
Important to stay focused. Even if you're losing badly in the first half, you don't want to get blown out.
Oh, that was the right idea, too. Very good goalkeeping by Freeman. She came off her line, but that was the exact ball you wanted. Bait the goalie to come out, have a possible poke, and get past the keeper in for a goal. Unfortunately for the home side, Freeman was able to immediately stop it and read it well. Groff, left foot blast all the way, looking for the corner. Tough to pull down. The Fusion now have it on their back line. Hoping that they can't give it away here.
The high press from the Courage has been lethal all game.
Brown into a pocket, takes a shot herself, and my heavens, as the Fusion very lucky that didn't get underneath the bar.
That shot looked to have a lot of movement on it. Tough for a goalkeeper to read.
Even from our distance, from where we were calling this game, that had a lot of pace, and looked like it was headed underneath that bar and in for goal number 4. So a corner kick is what we will have here in the 36th minute. Short option, Moxley. Moxley flighting that one with her right foot and trying to sneak in. I believe that was Groff who was able to sneak in from the back. It was. So Groff came all the way from the back line and tried to get in that back door. Almost came up with a goal.
That's twice now that the Courage have had a wide open man on the back post during set pieces, and they've yet to capitalize on it, but it is dangerous.
Freeman knows that pocket's collapsing. Here's Hansbrough. Plays for college ball at Wake Forest. Here's Moxley. Moxley puts that on the carpet. Little 1-2 for O'Reilly. Wary and great recovery on the defense there. Carlin trying to turn. And the theft by Migley. Migley gets the pass right back and tries to take at least an attempt on frame. So no corner, but a throw-in for the Fusion, though, on their defensive third.
What is that sound? Oh, that buzzing? Yeah, it's lights. It's feeding.
Have you never noticed that?
Hmm?
It's always like that.
No,
Moxley,
it's like
O'Reilly wary.
really loud too.
Clusters there, but Fusion able to come back out with it, at least for a moment. As the Courage, you're right, Jared, they have really just cut this pitch in half.
You can hear it, but it's not loud.
Yeah, their press is really organized. They're doing a great job of winning the ball back once they lose it. And the Fusion can't seem to get possession and play out of it.
Well, that high line, but it's been able to get back. As Wynn trying to work. Wynn with a right foot. And that one's just a little wide. Not sure if that was intended for Carlin or not, but was able to get a good hit on it by Wynn.
That's one of those ones you got to take a chance on. You're down 3-0. It's important for the opposite side winger to just kind of crash the box and see what happens. Maybe you get a goal.
The distribution to Ansbro.
What we got going on this one? This one? Levels? Let's turn this one all the way down.
This one's off. We should
Yeah.
see if that helps. See if that fixed it. See, I think it has to be. Just put that on and tell me it's not getting louder.
I think you're hearing it through their microphone.
Do you think it's that loud?
Yeah, in fact, you can hear Matt talking.
Ansbro. Once again, that high line. Courage leading 3-0. A hat trick that was put in by the Carolina Tar Heel, Macy Teeter. '40th minute, another corner for the Courage. High ball curling, and at least an attempt by Brown on the way down. Was able to get her head on it, but it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. As Womack will play the short ball. Sun setting here. Greensboro, North Carolina, at the famous Bryant Park. Here's Wynn. A little heavy touch taken away. It was taken away immediately by Graham. Brown steps in. Courage once again close to the 18. Now they're inside the 18. Pull back, left-footed shot blasted, but right into the hands of Womack. It was Bader that sent that left-foot shot. We played 40 and a half, and 3-0 is a score. It has been clearly the Courage type of match. They've been doing that all year, though, in the South Atlantic USL-W League. That's why they have already taken the crown.
Great move on the wing.
A great move as Ilario working. Able to find Moxley. Moxley right outside of the 18. Slides it back to Brown, and Brown will move it here to Migley. Migley. Her teammate from Duke, Groff. Couple more touches, and then a blast with a left foot by Graham that is stopped at the near post.
Womack has been all over every shot that hasn't come from Macy Teeter, but still 3-0.
We've been averaging around 20. Jumped up to 35 for this one.
You almost get the sense, Jared, that since this high line, if you have, say, with two attackers that are standing right there at the midfield line, And if you're able to make that flighted ball that sits just right and use a track meet, you could possibly have a 1v1 with a keeper, maybe even 2v1.
Yeah, Woodridge and Wynn certainly have a lot of pace. The Fusion might benefit from a formation change in the second half. Maybe switch to a 4-4-2 or maybe even a 3-5-2 if you want to go super attacking. But that could be dangerous with how much possession the Courage have had, and they've been very punishing in the final third.
Yeah, that's a tough decision to have to decide in the locker room, especially when you're trying to get control of the midfield. As once again, the Courage inside the 18. That ball was blocked. Migley lifts this one high in the air. Teeter lays it back, and this one is sent high and wide to the right. Another chance by Graham, the Duke Blue Devil from Atlanta, Georgia. Chapel Hill, their starting goalkeeper, is on this team, which she's on the bench right now. Emmy Allen was huge in the Tar Heels run to the championship against UCLA. It's just how stacked this team is. Nice turn here by the Courage, and once again into the final third. Looking for that layoff. This time, Olaria gets it. Brown. She's just been commanding back there, too. That center mid. You have somebody like Brown just kind of scanning the field left and right. Here's a left-footed shot, too, by Groff that is a little too much. The flight, it goes over the bar. But Brown has been essential, too. Someone that really hasn't, I guess you could say, had as many touches, but she's been involved as just that centerpiece, just to scan on where she'd like to play the ball. And if you have somebody like that in the center of your team, it works wonders.
Yeah, she's been very controlling, very great at winning possession back for the Courage once they lose it, and it's worked wonders for them so far.
Almost as if like a lighthouse, just kind of scanning, going back and forth right into the middle of that pitch and figuring out where she wants to play it.
Yep, she's always checking her shoulder, prepared to receive a pass.
Graham with the right foot. Oh, the service that was well played by Graham as that run was made close to that 12-yard mark. And the flag was up for an offside position, which it's tough to see from here, from our angle, as that was once again the only goal scorer in this match was Teeter trying to get number 4.
It's because it's so humid. Because clouds stay there.
Another tough ball to lose. And the Courage in prime spot is shot just above the 18. That was sent on a line drive, but immediately stopped by Womack. And that is how the first chapter will end, Jared. We knew coming into this match, the Courage, obviously, the toast of the league, the toast of the division. And they have shown it today because they've also, coming into this one, not playing some of their starters, or not having some of their starters.
Yeah, they've certainly had a dominant performance in the first half. They've just done everything right. They've been organized. They've won the ball back in their attacking half, and when defending, they've also been super organized, really diverting away any threats that the Fusion has in the attacking half.
So now, if you're the Fusion, you're trailing 3-0. And what's one of the things you want to talk about in the locker room, just to keep keep your discipline. Don't quite look at the scoreboard and just play your game. If that be
Yeah, exactly. You just want to stay focused. Make sure that you're not making silly mistakes in the defensive half and making this and letting this game get out of hand. Um, and also in the attacking half, you want to be more threatening. You want to take more chances. Maybe try to read a pass or jump a pass and steal one away. But so far, you haven't seen that.
Do you think maybe we would possibly see some press come in? And they've been very quiet on that press front, allowing the back line to kind of move and dictate where they want to go with the ball.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of press from Witterich, but she hasn't had a lot of help from her teammates. The wingers
will wear you down quickly. Right
oh
there.
yeah, but her work rate has been exceptional in the first half. You really just want to see the wingers step up and then be supported by the midfield, and maybe you'll have success that way. But
well, we'll see after the first half, first 45 minutes, a hat trick by the UNC Tar Heel, Macy Teeter, is what we have on the scoreboard. 3-0. She scored the first two in just 2 minutes. As 10 shots for the Courage, 3 in the back of the net. And the NC Fusion have been down to their attacking third, but haven't had any luck. Have had a couple good looks at the frame, but unfortunately been a little too high or a little too wide. Hopefully they can fix that in the locker room and maybe come out. Hey, quick goal can change kind of the dynamic a little bit and give some confidence, and confidence goes a long way. So that is it for us in the first chapter of this one between the NC Fusion and the NC Courage. It's 3-0. The Courage, the visitors, on top. We'll be back for the second half action right here on Field 8, the turf field here at Bryant Park. And welcome back. Second half underway here at Field 8 as the Courage on top 3-0. A hat trick by Macy Teeter. Almost had 4. She was called offside, even though the shot was blocked by Womack. This time the Courage will be coming towards us, the party deck. And once again, they have already moved into the final third.
Get on your binoculars. Is that Matty Gill who will play on the center forward for us? Took,
What
Kiara
number?
went out.
What number is she wearing?
It's been a change at goalkeeper for the Fusion. Hamner subs in for Womack in the second.
Oh, and a stop that comes right off the post and into the hands of Hamner, which, thank you, partner, for jumping in and saying that change. This is, this is another one of these pitches that you have to adapt to quickly, even as a keeper, because once that ball kind of moves differently,
Yeah,
especially when it hits that, hits the turf.
Yeah, the turf is still a little bit wet from all the rain we've had, which the ball will skip faster. Can be hard to read a through ball if you're a goalkeeper that way. So
You need at least maybe 2-3 touches just to get calibrated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it does move a lot quicker than natural grass. And then, as you said, you add the rain, makes it even faster, which is hard for even goalkeepers to read, especially low balls.
That shot was not low. It looked destined for the top corner from our angle, but luckily it hit the post for Hamner.
Brown once again in the center. As the Fusion cutting this pitch in half already here in the early doors of the second half. 3-0, our score. A change for the keeper for NC Fusion. Getting around the corner, here is that diagonal ball played. That is well done by Migley. Unfortunately, she could not connect, and down goes Groff, but Groff gets back on her feet. Possession still with the Courage. As they continue to move close to the 18 once more.
Great recovery from Woodrich to win the ball back. She's moved out on the left-hand side after being up top for the first half. Looks like Maddie Gilhool is up top for the Fusion.
Good spot, partner. No, Gilhool is up top. Maybe add some fresh legs and some pace. More pace.
Number 9.
Low. Duffy trying to contain. Hochek lifted high. Trying to find Gilhool. Looking to get behind that back line.
Oh, that's a great ball.
It really is. Able to get past 2 defenders. The Courage now orchestrating another attack. Here's the switch. Lined it up with a right foot shot and good for another goal. This time it is awarded to Bader. Bader gets the goal, and she was able to have some time to figure out where she wanted to place it, and she placed it in the back of the net to make it 4-0.
She was calm, cool, and collected during that play. She took the ball down in the 18, avoided some pressure, and then just slotted it into the back of the net.
So all 4 goals by Macy. Macy Bader and Macy Teeter. Oddly enough. And that's where we sit at 4-0. As the Fusion still trying to work for their first goal. They've had some pretty good link-ups. They've been able to kind of work together, string some passes that have looked brilliant. It's just very seldom for them to get down to that final third, and it's also very hard once NC Courage cuts the pitch in half, moves their line all the way up. Doesn't allow much behind the back line. They've been very disciplined from that first whistle until now. As the Fusion trying to once again string some passes along, and a tough play by Hamner. Fortunately, Duffy was able to step to. Hocek lofts it over. Here's Carlin. Carlin trying to sneak around the defender, and they body up, and there's going to be a foul called on Carlin. Not sure if I agree with that. It's 50-50 ball. They're going at each other. Obviously, we have a tough angle to see it, but when the team attacking is down 4-0, they're being a little too picky. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it would be nice for the ref to let one go here for the Fusion.
Courage on the touchline. Olario steps back, pulls it back. And once again, the Courage on the attack inside the 18. Here's that diagonal ball, well played, but the flag is up. As Moxley did everything she could to create a good opportunity for the Courage to put goal number 5 in. And she was looking directly in the area for Maggie Graham. As the Blue Devil and the Carolina Tar Heel hoping to link up for a goal.
That almost sounds
yeah, right.
wrong saying that.
Moxley in her senior season, this past season, played in all those 26 matches, started in the final 20, logged her career best of 1,976 minutes. She averaged about just 76 minutes per match, tallied 8 points on the season, dishing out 8 assists. She also got the chance to play for the championship. How close it was for a CLA, although there's a lot of chatter, still some chatter about how that game ended up. But your Syracuse Orange won the men's side.
Yeah. I was not, unfortunately, not paying attention to most of the women's side because I was so interested in the Orange's run. But I'm sure it was impressive.
In McIntyre, one of the best coaches in the country, class act all the way around. It was great to see the Orange hoist the cup this past winter.
What a final that was.
It really was.
Patrick McDonald had the opener for Indiana, and he used to play for the USL-W team that the Fusion have.
Yeah, he is an outstanding player. He was all over the pitch when Indiana took on UNCG in those quarters. And he really hurt the feelings of the home side, UNCG, because he was very, very integral to Indiana's success against UNCG to move to the College Cup.
Yeah, he's from Greensboro. Played at Page, or went to Page High School for a little bit. So it must have been heartbreaking for UNCG fans.
That was a good storyline coming into that match, and he definitely took advantage of his homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
He also had teammates, obviously, that played for UNCG.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was had to be a thrill to play on that stage. a sold-out stadium.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of playing with Patrick McDonald growing up. Me and him both took a trip to Barcelona playing for the ISL Academy.
Oh, nice. Don't get that many times. As
Nope.
that cross looking to link up, still on the rebound. And a follow-through that is deflected and out of bounds. Man, oh man, Jared, I got to say, it's just too risky to have that many touches and that much room right inside that 18.
Yeah, it was a good recovery from Balcom. She was caught out of position, but was able to block the shot.
Cagno has scored more goals than you.
Another corner. Lots of corners for the Courage in this contest.
They look dangerous on all of them. Been able to get the first contact on most.
Bader somehow keeps that in bounds as Duffy plays it up ahead. Really, numerically, not an advantage for the Fusion. Surrounded by navy blue jerseys.
Gilhul held that ball up well, but did not get enough support from her teammates to make a pass.
I'm sure you've played in many matches where you've been kind of left alone on that island looking for some support, and just seems like you're playing against a team that has 22 players out there as opposed to 11.
Most definitely.
Yes. Maddie Gilhul, who was sensational at UNCG. Good to see her on the pitch. A very, very good player. It's just tough to go up against 4 defenders. Good step there by the Fusion there to stomp out that attack, at least for now. As Olaria at a good angle for a brief second, but the deflection goes out of bounds. And yet again, Jared, another corner for the Courage. I mean, I think I'll have to find out how many they've had, but I'm pretty sure it's well over a dozen, just like their shots.
Yes.
Bader.
They've been dominant in the attacking half.
Right foot high in the air, deep into that 18. Olario working again using the support. Good defense, though, by the Fusion, keeping their line. This one sent across. Far stick stays in bounds. The Fusion backing, trying to stop these passing lanes. Moxley wide open. Here's a blast that tucked inside. What a absolute firecracker. And I believe that was also Macy Teeter.
Wow.
Teeter with 4 goals. She has just gone unconscious. 4 goals. And we haven't even played 60 minutes yet.
Each goal better than the last two. That one was a screamer.
And we got some entertainment on the field.
Oh, he wants to play.
Oh, yes. So stoppage as we will get the toddler off the field. Don't worry, I know all about that. See, toddlers, something about just fields where they're not supposed to be on, they will run directly on it, and they will make you chase. The best part is explaining to them why they can't go out there. So 5-0 in favor of the Courage. All goals by Macy. 4 goals by Teeter. And 1 goal by the other Macy. Bader. Macy Bader.
Might see the last goal make an appearance on Goal of the Week for USL-W.
Courage, once again, moving all the way down to the byline, and the right ball to play on the diagonal ball was played by Migley. And coming into this match, Fusion, I was talking to one of their assistant coaches, and they knew it was going to be a tough match because of the absence of some of their players. And that's just tough pill to swallow. You're playing against the best of the league, and you look at their roster; it's stout, top to bottom, even with the reserves. And then you get the date that you're going to play them, and find out that you're going to be without a lot of your players. So that's got to be tough to overcome.
Yeah, it's been a dominant performance, even with the Courage missing some of their starters. But this is really about showing how good they are and how they're not going to let up
Into the match for North Carolina Courage
with the remainder of the season,
Lauren
even though they've already
Martino,
won the division.
23 Phoebe.
In last season, the Courage didn't quite have the season they wanted. Greenville was the toast of the league. Made a deep run into the playoffs. This time Greenville having a rebound, but the Courage, jumped on top of the table and never looked back. And there's no reason why you wouldn't expect that by looking at the roster up and down with players from Carolina, Duke, NC State, as well as Wake Forest.
Disallowed.
And they also have some other players from Louisville. Trying to go through the list. Minnesota. And Minnesota has really recruited down here in the South Atlantic region, especially North Carolina, with Raleigh, as well as one of the Fusion players who's going to go to Minnesota, who is not here tonight, Gabby. So one of these players that you wish was suited up. Unfortunately, I think we'll be playing in that ECNL. That's Aaron Gabriel, pardon me, a forward that is electric, and she will be going to Minnesota. There's already 2 players for the Courage that play at Minnesota. Cold spot to play soccer. Just like Syracuse.
Absolutely.
Alario, left foot, an outswinger. And Hamner came off her line to smack it down. And Moxley was also arriving. And the referee will say it's a kick for the Fusion. And some substitutions coming in. Looks like Silva is going to come in. She plays also at an ACC school, Wake Forest. Carlin is going out. Let's see who comes in for the home side, trailing 5-0.
Enter the match, as is Lexi Cagno
For
NC Fusion.
Cagno just
Aaron
suited
Pardini
up
checks in as
for
well
the Fusion, and Aaron Pardini. Pardini, the head coach usually for this Fusion team, but Pardini is not in attendance tonight as he is working on the ECNL team. So Coach Anthony Suarez will be in charge. Pardini, who played her soccer at UNCW, in an outside of the boot volley that was just too much to handle by the goalkeeper, Hamner. That was Lauren Martino, who is committed to Duke. She also plays for the U17 women's national team. And my goodness, you can't stop that even if you had 2 goalies.
Almost felt like I was watching Man City and Erling Haaland score that goal. That was well worked, well finished.
Off the outside of her boot, in the air, out of the air too, and into the back of the net. As the scoreboard has now moved to 6-0, and the Fusion at this point, once again, just trying to link up some passes and get this game over with. But I have to say that I have seen some Good soccer for the Fusion tonight. They've been able to link up some nice passes. You can kind of see where they're going when this team is in full form. I think they're a very, very good side. Just going up against a Courage team that has been dominant since day one of the USL-W season.
Yeah, the Fusion have definitely had some bright spots this game. I was surprised to see Balcom substituted. I thought she had some great possession in the first half, being able to link up and build out when she can, but substituted this half.
Fusion, how into they're attacking third, trailing 6-0. Just kind of looking for a goal themselves. For the Courage playing end to end as if this is a 1-goal contest. I mean, they're on a mission to put in as many goals as they can.
That is the question. How much will they score with over 20 minutes remaining in this game?
Cagnal wearing number 7. Silva with a step. Poked it away just for a brief moment. A cheeky move on that touch line. Fooled the attacker on that press. Good step. Cagnal. She plays at Lenore Rhine. Silva links up with Cagnal. Here in the 68th minute. Cagnal want to continue to go forward, but had to play it back to her support. Fusion with a spot of possession. And then the long ball that's cut out by the Courage.
Which seems to be playing at a outside back on the left side, which is surprising considering her success in the first half up top and in an attacking position. She was really the only bright spot attacking wise for the Fusion in the first, but now working defensively.
And once again, the Courage are setting up their attack, cutting the pitch in half, and now moving into the final third. Question is, will this trip result in a goal? As that's deflected and straight into the hands of Hamner. And Hamner looking for an option, but really in no rush. Hocek plays it to Pardini. Pardini connecting now 4 passes here with a Fusion. And now working onto that left channel.
Yeah, no, right. It's always wings. It's always wings. It's very, very seldom that someone.
Very well done by the Fusion, linking up those passes and almost creating that quick attack going towards that corner. Substitutions for the away team. I'll tell you, have decided to come in now for the Courage.
Courage have done a great job of attacking with pace throughout the game. It's way harder to defend when your attacker is running at you full speed.
Lario. Here's that corner. The diagonal ball played once again to this time Lauren Martineau. This one a little wide.
Entering the match for North Carolina, Courage, Annabelle Abbott, Lyndon Wood.
Lyndon Wood comes in. Annabelle Abbott
Also in the match
has also come in.
Courage, Brooklyn Holt.
And Brooklyn Holt has come in. So it looks like Annabelle Abbott is number 27, although maybe not. There is a 27, but not on our roster. How fun.
Very fun. Had a few mishaps this season with the lineups.
Yeah, it's tough. You never know how essential numbers are until you're broadcasting games. And when I was playing, it didn't matter to me. I mean, obviously I had to have my favorite number, but it didn't matter. But now you need it once you have to try to identify players. And you pester coaches, which is the fun part. Hey, let me see your roster. Let me see your roster. 6-0 is our score. As dusk is now turning into night. Well, at least an attempt to move that back goes out of bounds. Here's the switch. A layoff. And that one's played into the corner, but not on the same page. The idea was the right idea, just unfortunately, her teammate did not follow that idea. That is Goldthwaite. She plays. She's going to Duke. Incoming freshman at Duke, and her sister plays at Wake. That is an all-ACC family.
This whole entire Courage team seems like an ACC
all-star
team.
It is. It really is. A lot of space there, able to create something. And Olario, who has had her fingerprints all over this match, doesn't have a goal, but she's had a lot of touches. She's been huge on the attack for the Courage that has so far resulted in 6 goals. Martino lost it. And now the Fusion trying to work. It just seems every time they try to move up past that midfield, there is just copious amounts of navy blue. Really no space to work. Long ball ahead. Gilholt. And on a 1v1, the keeper comes out. It's a new keeper, too, for the Courage, I believe. And I think that might be Braylon Franchert.
The first year we were doing it with Williams, right? Or it would have been the second year. Was that when we went against the Mets?
74 and a half minutes played. The Courage have come into town and have dominated. 14 shots, 6 goals, shutting out the home side Fusion. But the Fusion, to their credit, continue to fight. And look at the will by the Courage, not letting up at all. That's got to be discouraging to the Fusion when they're down 6-0.
They have wanted to score all game. They are not looking to sit back and just have possession and wane this game out, but they are looking to score nonstop.
Martino able to turn the corner. This one a little too close on that cross. And it's collected easily by Hamner. I believe the intended target was, I'm going to say, since we don't have a 27 on our roster, is Annabelle Abbott. Beautiful night, though. Just happy we finally see the sun shining, even though it's sunset here in the Triad. A lot better than 62 degrees rainy, which we experienced on Wednesday night. Never thought the first day of summer I would need a sweatshirt and sweatpants, but I needed it. And the Courage come up with it again. Look at the craft. A shot that's blocked. Well saved by Hamner. That is outstanding eyes. Reading that, because even with the traffic, she knew where she was going, and she immediately spread out for that one and knock it away.
That was textbook goalkeeping right there. She saw it all the way and made a powerful step to her right and was able to make the diving save.
Because even at our vantage point, we're up a little high, and I lost where the ball was with the traffic inside the 18. As Martino will take the corner, and she did not hit that one the way she wanted. Immediately, as soon as it left her foot, she said, I don't know what that was.
That was a howler.
That was like one of mine. Trying to do kicks that you did when you were 18, 19, 20 years old, and you're doing it at 40. Doesn't really quite work out that way.
Heck, I'm 20, and I still see the drop off in my play whenever I'm out there.
Yeah, it slowly dwindles away. Good probing pass. Olario turning. Here's Martino.
Went for a cheeky back heel.
Yeah, she did. Very impressive player for Martino. She's not even in college yet. And she's committed to Duke, I think, in 2025. So she's got a while, which is a good reason why she's on the U17 national team.
Yeah, Coach Nick Holt and the rest of the NC Courage staff have done a great job crafting this roster. Nick Holt was actually my last coach at Fusion when I was playing for the youth organization.
Really?
Yeah.
And now he's over at the Courage, and with a side that could compete for the trophy in the postseason. Well played ball, even a better defensive rebound. Here's a shot again by the Duke commit, and that is Lauren Martino, and she has now placed 2 in the back of the net. So it's now 7-0 in Martino, who has come in off the bench. She has a brace, challenging now her teammate, at least for now, Macy Teeter, who has 3. 4. Like I said, 4.
NC Courage goal by Lauren Martino.
Again, clinical finish from Martino.
Yeah, even out. It's hard to come up with a better goal that she had the first time with the pick out of the air on the outside of her boot. But she has really come in off the bench hunting for goals. And she's got 2. Once again, Duke gets another good one.
Yeah, when players come off bench in these type of games, you're almost expected to keep possession. But if you sit on the bench the whole season, you come into a game, you're hungry, you want to score.
Right. Yeah. You're also bored when you
Yeah.
get out there and start just running around. Good defense, though. As a Courage once again moving around the perimeter and setting up another, at least a good look at the frame. Alario setting up, could be a good delivery, and they go with a short option. Alario fighting through two defenders. Possession back to the Fusion, and the clearance is immediately stopped. In possession back to the Courage, where they have now almost not only cut the field in half, but made it to a quarter. They have really crept all the way up. '82nd minute. Here's Van Oos. Hocek. A 1-2 without turning. And the Courage brilliantly working on their attack step by step. There's even a long distance shot trying to curl that one into the upper corner. A little wide. 7-0 is our score into the 83rd minute. Fusion. Van Oos.
Fusion is lacking width up the pitch. Their wingers seem to be tucked inside, and only when the ball comes to their side will they get their heels on the touchline. But moving forward, they really have to work the ball out wide.
Van Oos made the right decision on that turn and placing the ball close to the touchline. Van Oos got it back and surrounded once again by navy blue kits. Courage even up 7-0. They've been very, very good in discipline and getting the numbers back.
Yeah, they're compact when they defend. They spread out once as soon as they get the ball, and that's really what's led to their success.
No. I don't want to say it, but me and Chris had a long conversation this morning, and then he ended up calling Heather today. Looked brilliant in training today. Holden looked amazing. Looked great. Asked him how he was doing. Oh, Coach, I'm feeling fine.
Once again, Martineau.
Is Cole here? Or is he supposedly?
The thing with Cole is that Cole will.
And the clearance up towards the midfield. And desperation clearance, just trying to get it out of the defending third.
It's just, I think, for him too, it's a mental thing. But yeah, he called Heather today and said they were struggling again.
So kind of like a hypochondriac, but with this physical condition.
Look at this space too, Jared. And Migley took advantage of that. As soon as you allowed that space to go right there and figure out where you want to distribute, and even up 7-0.
Yeah, they're still getting their fullbacks up the pitch, which is always important in the attack, and they've been lethal.
I mean, you'll probably know this better. Does Chris want Cole as?
we want ads. We just Cole, of course Cole, like he brings him and ads are two completely different styles.
86th minute.
I mean,
Courage once again trying another build up from the back.
The midfield's doing a great job of just finding the space, checking down, and receiving passes, moving the ball quickly.
Good cutout by Hocek. Plays a square ball to Pardini. Pardini wanted Vanus to spring loose.
There you go.
But the Courage sniffed that one out. We've now ticked up to the 87th minute. The home side, 3 shots. They've been shut out tonight by a very, very good Courage team that will head to the playoffs as the leaders in the South Atlantic and the champs. Another shot that's off the woodwork, and the rebound. Good defense, though, by the Fusion, still staying alive, and that should be a dangerous play, and that is, it will be a free kick awarded to the Fusion. Man, the woodwork has really shown themselves here in this second half. How many times we've seen the ball ping off the post.
Each time it looks destined for the top corner, it just doesn't quite make it there. It's really surprising that the score is only 7-0. It could have easily been 10.
Whistle blown and a free kick awarded to the visitors. That's Cagno. Who hit the turf. There's Pardini. Pardini, center of the pitch, wanted to work to the right, pulled it back, and will now use the services of Fusca.
But they don't go down there and check them against. Like in
ads, it's gonna be. I wouldn't think so.
All right.
No, you don't say anything. Simple. I look at him, I give him a nice nod.
the camera angle on this looks pretty good.
And that, I think that's like something.
It's got to be frustrating too, Jared. Just not being able to see much of an attack. Get down to the attacking third if you're the Fusion, and also once again having to kind of put together this team, at least for this contest, piecing it together because of the absence of some of these players that are most likely playing in the ECNL playoffs this weekend right here.
Yeah, Gilhull's touches have been limited in the second half. Fusion have really struggled clearing their lines and finding their the player up top to at least hold possession. But
one more home game remains on the schedule for the Fusion. After this one, they will take on Greenville on July 2nd. Make sure you set your calendar for that one. I believe that kick is at 6. I could be wrong.
It's a Sunday game.
There you go. So 6 o'clock Sunday game. Is it? Well, we had one misprint that said a game was at noon.
I believe it was midnight.
Yeah,
Actually,
midnight. That's right. It was 12 a.m. That's right. It was. I knew that wasn't the case, but I just got a little chuckle out of it. Silva into space. Silva looking to distribute. Deposits over to Cagno, and Cagno getting the help of the referee. Looks like she had her hand up claiming a foul, and she got it.
weird for the ref to give a stern talking to
Right.
a player in the 89th minute in a 7-0 game.
Yeah, we are almost at the 90 mark, 10 seconds still in the stern talking. And for the last 10 seconds, don't do any of that.
Yep.
Courage,
Another reminder that
absolutely
kept on the field for the
a
Underlings.
dominant performance from the first whistle to where the 90 minutes stick on this scoreboard right now. The official has the official time. So we will watch or listen for the final whistle. But Jared, I mean, when you have a Courage team win 7-0, looked like they were trying to add even more goals for goal differential. It just seems waves after waves after waves of attack. Not even, it's almost like a boxer that just stays on the ground just trying to get back up. They were just relentless. The Fusion never quit the fight, but I had to really weather many waves of attack by this Courage team that resulted in 7 goals.
Most definitely. This was a performance that should serve as a threat to the other teams in the league that, the Courage are coming for the championship.
Well, they are built for it. See if the Fusion can maybe just get one before the final whistle. And that was a good ball played in that got into the area. Just did not result in an attempt to challenge the keeper. I believe the new keeper is Braylon Francher, who plays her college soccer at Charlotte.
It's going to be about 1 minute stoppage, if I had to guess, or 2 minutes.
Even with stoppage time, the Courage still working into the attacking third and looking to orchestrate goal number 8. Flighted in the box. This is the rebound and the finish. And that will be the cherry on top. As the goal is good, it's 8-0. And the final whistle is finally sounded. I believe that goal, which we don't have again, we don't have a 27 on our roster. So we're going to say that's Annabelle Abbott, who was able to contribute to the 8 goals. She got the final one. And that's the final, Jared. 8-0. That is a very, very big statement by the Courage here in this match tonight, Friday Night Soccer.
Most definitely. You almost jinxed that final goal right there. Well, you did. But yeah, I mean, just dominating performance again. They really did everything right, the Courage, and the Fusion were struggling to stay in it.
Well, we'll be back to the drawing board, pardon me, and the Courage will go home with a huge win, 8-0, and the Fusion back to the drawing board for themselves. And we'll have to bounce back quickly because they have this Courage team in a couple days there. So after a 8-0 loss to their rival, the Courage will have a happy bus trip home to Raleigh, and we'll get ready to play the Fusion again in a couple days. This time they'll be hosting, but that's the final here on Field 8. Field 8 with 8 goals, all to the Courage as they continue their dominance in 2023 in the South Atlantic. Already have taken the title and now look to make a big push in the playoffs. So that is it for us as the sun is almost completely set. We appreciate you guys joining us on the broadcast for USL-W action between the NC Fusion and the NC Courage. I'm Ty Collins and my partner, Jared Podrosky. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
And we
Thanks
look forward to maybe having you again. The final 8-0 Courage win.